This opening session of our visible thinking presentation is intended as moving you from the situation of not knowing what you don't know to knowing what you don't know. Originally, the pre-knowledge activity was designed around a class of 30 students formed into 6 teams of 5. We have provided here resources to allow students to form their own teams and to undertake the activity as originally planned. We've also produced a Google form to enable students to undertake the activity on their own. We'll get to this later. For now, I'll provide you with a small amount of background information about visible thinking. Elena will fill in all the details after we finish the activity. Visible thinking is an initiative of the Harvard Project Zero team at Harvard University in the US. It's an approach developed to help teach thinking dispositions and is structured around the 3 core practices of thinking routines, documentation of student thinking, and reflective professional practice. The pre-knowledge activity that follows focuses on the first of these core practices, thinking routines. The evidence for the value of thinking routines from the perspective of teaching and learning practice comes from the early research by the Project Zero team. They found that when teachers scaffold and support students' thinking by using specific routines, students' thinking was promoted. These routines came to be called thinking routines. Subsequent research identified 21 specific thinking routines. These may be categorised on the basis of 3 stages of lesson delivery: introducing and exploring ideas, synthesising and organising ideas, and digging deeper into ideas. The pre-knowledge activity requires participants to situate the 21 thinking routines into the 3 stages of lesson delivery. Each stage is populated with 7 thinking routines. We have prepared an A2 handout featuring this diagram. A PDF copy of the handout is available from Google Drive. To download a copy of the diagram, use the QR code shown here. You can return to this place in the video later to scan the QR code. If you don't have access to a large format printer, output the file in 4 segments as A4 sheets and tape them together. The pre-knowledge activity also requires each team of participants to produce a deck of 21 thinking routine cards. 8 sample cards are shown here. An A4 handout with the full deck of cards is available from Google Drive. The handout will need to be dissected to create the 21 separate cards. To download a copy of the set of cards, use the QR code shown here. You can return to this place in the video later to scan the QR code. Once in your team of 4 or 5 participants, undertake the pre-knowledge activity as follows. With a print of the A2 handout and the 21 separated thinking routine cards, share the cards amongst team members. Read your allocated cards and, based on how each thinking routine is described, situate each card on the A2 handout. Remember, each lesson delivery stage has 7 thinking routines, so you may need to fight over some positions on the diagram. In turns, explain to your fellow team members where and why you want to situate each card. Negotiate within your team to finalise the card positions. If you've been unable to form a team and you're working on your own, you may try a Google form quiz that replicates aspects of the pre-knowledge activity. To access the Google form quiz, use the QR code shown here. You can return to this place in the video later to scan the QR code. This slide is about to situate each card. If you wish to do the activity before the answers are revealed, avert your eyes now. You can look back now.